Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Swipes here, and today we're finally back on Schedule 1. I know I haven't made a video on it since a demo, and the game's been out for like almost 3 weeks now, I think. But I'm finally back, and I'm all the way in the late game already, so I'm gonna present to you guys the best possible layout for the Docks warehouse when you're making that cocaina. Alright, so first we're gonna start off with a little tour of this place, just to get a little rundown. You can just copy it spot by spot. Here we have the first botanist area, next to the second botanist area with all their supplies and all their drying racks right close by. Next over here we have all of the ingredients needed for the best possible mix. Right next to that, little extra storage, and then here's my little area for myself. Up in the front we have the two packaging areas. So first we have the classic bagged packaging station, and then next to that we have the crushing station which makes it into the cubes. Up here on the side we just have a little bit of a extra storage for myself. Nothing too much right now. Right below the catwalk though, we have the mixers, all one by one, step by step, and they all are connected. And then right next to that we have the cauldrons and ovens, all side by side, connected, interlinked, and they all connect right over here to the mixer, which then starts the process of the mixing, which the chemists do automatically. And once it reaches the end, the chemist will bring it all the way out here. The chemist will bring it all the way out here to this rack, and I can decide if I want to put it into the crusher by putting it here for the handlers, or putting it in that rack right there. As you can see, the handler from before picked it up and put it, and is now doing their job. And they're going to transport this bagged product to this rack. And then if I want to do the brick press, it can be put into this rack. But let's get straight to the point. You guys want to know, how does it work? How do you make it work? What am I supposed to make the workers do? Because the workers are stupid sometimes. I got you guys right now. Let's start off. You're going to want to hire 2 botanists and assign them to 6 pots and 2 drying racks each. The way I have it laid out in my place, I have 6 drying racks, but 2 of them I have to manage myself. That's a personal preference, you don't have to do that. Make sure you have your drying rack set to the maximum quality, and then have the destination of the drying rack go to a separate storage rack right outside the cauldron area. So when there's a lot of production happening, you don't have like an overflow stuck in the cauldron or in the drying rack itself. Side note, if you want to put it into the storage rack like this, it is not going to be 100% automated, but if you want it to be 100% automated, you have to have the drying rack's destination set to the cauldrons, and then the botanist will move it to the cauldron automatically. The way I show it is only a way to prevent a bunch of overflow and backup of production if there's too much product being grown and harvested. Now onto the chemists, we have 5 of them. One that does only the cauldrons. Another one that does only the ovens. One that does a mix of both of those 2. And then the last 2 just mix. Okay, moving on to the handler. He's pretty easy job for this guy. He just moves the ingredients for the mixing into the respective mixers. So for example, my first ingredient would be the motor oil here. So this is a rack only for motor oil. We're gonna bring the destination of this to the first mixer. So then the first ingredient goes to the first one, and then the second to the second, so on and so forth. He also has to do the brick press machine, so he takes it from the rack next to the machine, puts it into the brick press, uses it, and then moves the finished brick press product to the bigger rack. Now the second handler does almost the exact same thing, but instead of the brick press, they do the packaging station. And then the trash can guy just has his trash bags, has a trash can. He picks it up, he does a pretty good job. And then before I forget, this is how I have the bed set up. I know you can do a bunch of different crazy stuff with the beds, have them like in a whole different area, but we don't need all that, man. We don't need all that. I just put them all up in here, cram them up together, and then it's fine. It's fine by me, you know. Now let me go and make a sale real quick so I can just show you guys how much money this makes. So you can make 1,350 bucks every single sale. That is profits through the freaking roof, bro. Keep in mind the game is still very early access, so this method of production may be bound to change. But if you do want to see more Schedule 1 content, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions, I'm in the comments all night, all day. So it's been Swipes, and I'll see you guys later.